It's dinner time. Priya is about to make stir-fried noodles for the children again, because stir-fried noodles can be made quickly and easily. However, due to the high household expenses recently, in order to save food, this time Priya only boils half a packet of noodles. After pouring in a bit of seasoning, Priya skillfully uses the tongs to separate the noodles, to prevent them from sticking together. Since there's such a small portion of noodles, it's definitely not enough for everyone to eat. So Priya asks her eldest daughter, who is doing her homework, to go outside and pick some wild vegetables to stir-fry and eat. Upon receiving the order, the eldest daughter immediately goes barefoot to the door. She takes a good look and finds that the mustard greens on the mound outside the door are growing well and are very green and fresh. So she immediately bends down and starts picking them. But because the terrain outside the door is quite steep, she almost falls when stepping on a stone. However, to fulfill her mother's request, she doesn't spare the mustard greens on the steep slope on the other side either. In the blink of an eye, she has picked a large handful. After returning home, the daughter hands the vegetables to Priya and then goes back into the house to do her homework. Priya looks at the large basin of vegetables and thinks that since they're just for the stir-fried noodles, they don't need that many. So she only picks a few leaves and plans to save the rest for the next meal. In the blink of an eye, the noodles in the pot are cooked. Priya uses a cloth to hold the pot and lifts it up. Then she pours the noodles into a basin to drain the water. Next, she pours in a bit of oil and uses the tongs to stir them evenly to prevent the noodles from sticking together again. After dealing with the noodles, Priya plans to start cutting the vegetables. But when she looks around, she can't find the kitchen knife anywhere. Coincidentally, at this moment, the youngest daughter is playing with her clothes nearby. A sudden surge of anger wells up in Priya. She scolds the youngest daughter roundly. The daughter is scared out of her wits. Then Priya angrily picks up an iron basin and pretends to be about to hit someone. After all this commotion, she finally finds the kitchen knife and starts cutting the vegetables. After cutting the mustard greens into small pieces, Priya begins the process of making stir-fried noodles. First, she adds a small amount of oil to the pot. Then she pours in the diced mustard greens and stir-fries them vigorously with the tongs. Next, she takes out the homemade seasoning soy sauce in advance. After pouring the noodles in, Priya sprinkles a sufficient amount of soy sauce to add saltiness and color. Then she continues to stir-fry vigorously. Before taking the noodles out of the pot, Priya tastes one. The taste is quite good. It's time to get ready for dinner. Priya evenly divides all the noodles among the 3 children and the other family members. As for herself, she just sits aside and quietly stares into space, not eating anything. The 3 children eat voraciously. The eldest daughter even grabs the noodles with her hands directly to speed up. The youngest daughter isn't very good at using chopsticks. Each time she has to break the chopsticks apart with her hands before she can pick up the noodles. In no time, the 3 children finish their plates, but since they're still not full, they stretch out their plates again. Priya gives each of them an extra spoonful of rice. Now they should be full.